Welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet.
And welcome to the Good Karma Success Coach Podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Van Fleet. Well, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy and enjoying their time, no matter how they like to spend it, whether it's with friends and family or working or chilling out, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, chilling out sounds good to me.
Yeah, so I have to include those things.
I like chilling out.
We just chill out. We don't do anything crazy. We just hang out together.
Yeah.
So
I'll be working on the course tomorrow.
Yeah, you've been working hard on that part 3.
Part 3. I'll be actually working on part 3 on Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's what my Christmas day will be spent doing for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. If it's nice outside, if it's not too cold, we'll be outside.
If it's nice, we'll be outside. But I'll be taking that day and really trying to, and I've been working hard at that. So just a lot of stuff.
Yeah. You've had some awesome charters.
Yeah. I had a great month. I'm getting caught up on Instagram posting. I haven't been, I've just been really too busy to do much posting. So I'm just getting caught up now. And then as I get back into runs of charters, I don't post much because I really just don't have a lot of time to be on there. Yeah. So to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So.
No, that makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense. And we've had, I would say, a really great year, even though we had about 3 months of not so funness, if that's a word.
Yeah. The fall was not a fun experience. So just a lot of different things. But
we got through it.
We're
grateful to everyone's support and love. And it just shows you that you can get through things. And I think that was the learning out of it, for me at least, is just always coming back to getting grounded in terms of being able to move through bad situations. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Because we all go through tough times.
Yeah, we all go through tough times. And, it's a lot of people talk a lot about it and about things that they go through. I don't tend to talk as much about it as I used to, but the fall sucked.
Yeah, it sucked all the way into November. So
into November.
August into November was definitely not, again, it wasn't great, but you know what? Again, you get through it. So if anyone out there, why I'm bringing this up is if anyone out there is struggling right now, there's always a rainbow at the end of the storm, right? You hear these cliches, but it is just kind of true.
Yep.
So you have to remember that and be open to whatever comes your way. And I believe that, stage 1 of realizing all these things is hanging on to a memory from the past to kind of get you through. And then you get through it. And then next time it just strengthens your trust and belief in knowing that things will work out for you.
Yes.
And it will eventually, that cycle will eventually end, and you'll, have some learnings and growth from that point. So
yeah, exactly.
So so now I believe we're in even a better place than we were before that. So we've learned a lot, and I feel really good heading into this new year.
Yeah. The fall I spent, like I said, I was injured, so I didn't get to fish much. So, but during that time, I came up with some new fishing strategies that have smoked the fish this past 3 weeks.
You have. You keep coming home telling me all these new little things that you've learned and tried.
Yeah, all those things. I took the time when I was down, and I did some things, and I retooled some stuff and went back through, and oh man, we came back, and it's been stellar. So as far as the fishing goes, and as far as what I've done this fall versus what I've done in the fall in the past, as far as how I'm fishing and what I'm doing. So lots of changes that I made, and I made them for the good, and they are really working very well.
Yeah.
So I tell people, hey, if you're down, like I said, if you've got something going on in your life, where you're not able to be out there on the water, like what I did, I took that time, and it was awesome because I had the time, and I made some solid changes, and oh man, I'm very happy, very happy, and I got a lot more things that I'm in the cooker that have to implement yet that are working. I just haven't had a lot of, like I said, it's just been weather dominated, and the fishing has been good for me. So
yeah. Well, congrats. I love it. And it's even a bigger congrats and good news for your clients and for the guys in the rigging crew and for people buying courses and your private clients. So
exactly.
it feeds out to the world, right?
It feeds out to the world.
It's not just about Captain Ryan, because we certainly don't get any fish.
No, exactly. It's just like, what's great is that these are things that I'm going to roll over into courses. These are things that will roll into the private rigging group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just not for me. So that's what a lot of, like, it's not something I'm going to hoard and hide until I'm like,
you're crusty.
Till I'm crusty out there trolling by myself every day.
Which I know is your goal, actually.
Which is my goal.
Not to be crusty.
To be crusty, but it's just
to be
to be out there trolling by myself.
It's your goal, I know that.
Yeah, but anyway, but that's a good thing for the people that are buying courses, because I have got some stuff that it's like you're going to like.
Yeah.
That's not available out there. Yeah. So things that I'm doing that are different and that are catching some beautiful, nice bottom fish.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
Yep.
Well, it kind of segues into what I was going to have as our topic for today. And I love doing this podcast with you, Ryan, because we kind of share a glimpse into what our life is like, as far as the fact that we have these conversations that circle into anything from energy to people to expectations to our business and life.
Right.
And you came home the other day, just 2 mornings ago,
right,
telling me about your charter and how great it was. You really liked these clients, and you were saying how you really appreciated that they were asking you questions about a YouTube video that they saw in regards to how it's really like to catch that amount of fish, right? And the fact that they questioned it, not from a negative standpoint.
Yeah, not from a negative standpoint.
That's not it.
Nope.
But just from a curiosity standpoint,
right,
was really cool. So do you want to share a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to share the YouTuber. That's not what's important here at all.
That's not important.
It's just the context.
It's the context. Like this goes with like fishing shows, all sorts of stuff. So it's what it comes down to, guys, is when you guys are watching videos and it just, when I was growing up, my dad would always teach me, hey, when you're watching these shows, just know that a lot of this stuff was filmed when the fish just started biting or the guys got the call to go. And my dad educated me on that. That's what he did. So that's coming from a hunting and sportsman family. And he's like, hey, Ryan, this isn't how it always goes. And my dad was the one that educated me on that, and my grandfather. And I was like, that's where that comes from. So when I come from a sportsman's family, and what happens is that right now I am getting questions about, well, so-and-so caught this many fish on this day, on this video, or on this TV show. And it happens on a lot of TV shows now too. And guys, you have to remember is that to make good shows, the people that are putting on the shows need to have the content, okay? So when the fishing is really good and you really need those guys get the calls when that charter guy is not booked or that TV guy is not booked. They get the calls. They show up when the fish are biting. And it just goes off the chain, okay? So a lot of stuff is pre-planned. So just know that. That's just how television works and how YouTube works. So I just want you guys to know that. Now, when I've done some filming in the past, I filmed for 16 hours. I filmed for 16 hours just to get 45 minutes worth of film. Okay? So I just want you guys to know that. So things just don't happen. And it comes back down to being educated as a sportsman. Okay? And there's a lot of new people that are getting into the fishing industry that didn't have parents that taught them about this stuff. okay, that taught them about the patience, that taught them about television and expectations.
But this goes bigger than fishing. This goes into everything.
And it goes into everything.
It's going into what I've seen being marketed in the coaching industry.
Exactly.
It's marketing.
It's marketing,
people.
folks. It's marketing.
It's marketing.
It's marketing. It's marketing.
It's not bad. It's just what it is.
It is what it is.
It's marketing.
Yep. It is what it is. So you have to just always keep that in mind. Okay. So when you book a charter, I just, I ask a lot of questions now when people call me. It's not that I'm like vetting people out. I just want to make sure that the expectations are realistic for what I can provide for somebody. Because I have to tell you what, the energy of a bad charter or a bad experience, it really does hurt me. It really does. So I wake up every day to provide the best possible fishing I can provide. And what I see is not a lot of people have the patience to hunt. They don't understand hunting. And I was driving out yesterday and we talked about wahoo fishing. Okay? Wahoo fishing, when you hit it right, you can have an amazing day. I've had amazing days on my own, but guys, I picked my days. I know when it's going to happen, when I can go out and catch fish. Honestly, I've had days where I've caught 15 fish by myself. So, but I knew that they were going to bite. I knew there wasn't any boat traffic, and I knew that I could sit on them and catch them all day. And that's what I did.
Right, but also, too, I want to say this because this is also what happens. Then people call and they go, well, I want that day.
Then I want.
Okay, that is wrong, too.
That is, that is wrong. That is
wrong.
really,
stop.
It has to stop. And I'm speaking for all the charter boat guys out there because a lot of people don't want to speak up. And I'm just telling you guys is that, hey, you're going to have a great day. And it's a guide's job is to put you on great fishing, but if something happens with the energy, and that can really throw a guide off, and then it just becomes a job to a guide. So you always have to keep that in mind. So just when you're booking a fishing charter,
just have fun.
Just go out there and look to have a good time. Look to have a good time.
Be grateful that you are going fishing.
Be grateful that you're going to be out there, because I got to tell you what, and I've said this again, and I'm going to say it again over, because I know 4 guys that are dead now.
It's more than that. I know other charter captains that have lost clients to COVID.
Clients have all lost. Be grateful.
Be grateful. So the point is these YouTubers. It's marketing. It's marketing.
Yep.
And they can plan it.
Yep. Television is the same.
It's probably not even as perfect as that, because when we had Jimmy Jigs and we were working with Jared Jeffries, we tried our hardest to plan. He was so great to work with, and he tried to plan great weather days to go jigging, and he did all the things too, and it still didn't always work out perfectly. So you can't even completely say that yes, every time the moon and the tides and the weather and the da all lines up, you're still going to you don't stop those expectations.
Yeah, I remember
just have a good time.
It's so funny. Release the expectations.
Because that's when the magic can happen.
Yep, exactly.
When you're putting it all out there from this wrong energy.
Yep.
That's when it's not going to happen for you.
Yep.
And then you're jacking up Ryan's energy too.
Yep, exactly.
And this can go for anything. This could go for something in your family. It doesn't even have to be specifically about the fishing charter, which is why it's such a big topic. It can be anything. It could be a relationship you have with a friend. I mean, you have to just let go of expectations, be grateful for the other person. We are all one. And just have a good time, have an easy conversation, have fun, just let go of all this crap that's out there on social media right now, because it's making things worse. And because families are raising their children differently than we were raised because of so many factors, time, social media, computers, all these things that didn't exist. No one really has the time to instill these values in people anymore. We live in a different world. So we have to take it upon ourselves to dig deep and remember and appreciate the little things. Appreciate the fact you can go on vacation and book a fishing charter and just have fun. Like, it's just been ridiculous, the expectations from people. I'm sorry. And if this triggers you, then fine. I'm glad. Because people need to wake up. Like, this is really what's going on out there. And people wonder why they're depressed. People wonder why they have anxiety. They wonder why they have triggers. Well, this is a piece of it. Like, just stop. Like, have a good time. Have fun. Have a good time. Be grateful. And just, enjoy your life. Life is short. And that's Ryan's point about the COVID thing, is like, life is short. We don't know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. Heck, I've lost my brother, my brother-in-law, one of my best friends. Like, it's crazy what can happen in your life. So just enjoy what you have now and stop being like, I want to catch all the fish like on that YouTube video. Well, you know what? It's probably not going to happen. So just have a good time.
Yeah, you just jinxed yourself.
You just jinxed yourself. Like, just have fun.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy.
That's crazy. It's I do my best to have a really good day, and I do a very good job at that. And and also too, it's just that you just have to say, hey, in the end, it's fishing. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but They're
fishing. Probably not an angler.
They're probably not an angler.
I mean, real.
You've watched too much YouTube.
If you can't have that mindset that it's fishing, this isn't for you.
It's not.
It's just like sales.
Yeah.
If you can't have the expectation that sometimes you're going to get the client and it's going to work and sometimes it's not, and you just have to pick yourself up and keep going.
Yeah. Sales
isn't for you. Being an entrepreneur is not for you. Like, pick your zone of genius and roll with that. Like, go get a simple job somewhere where the expectations are very clear if you're someone that can't shift your mindset. Because that's really what it boils down to, is understanding that.
That's what it comes down to. It really does. And don't put so much thing as what the other guy's catching. And if you're not catching that, and it's just like that kind of stuff needs to stop. And I challenge you guys to this year, because I talked about that in my last podcast. You will become better anglers.
Yes, because the universe is giving you those tests.
They're going to they're going to give you new techniques in your brain that one morning you're going to wake up. And I was out there the other day, and I had all these things that I had been working on, and the fishing got a little weird. And it's like, well, I'm just going to go work on that thing I thought about, and boom, I got my last big fish of the day, and then I tapped it off.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And the clients were grateful.
You got your limits of big muttons and some other stuff in there, and it was just came from, okay, for me, the last time he fished with me, he didn't tap his limit, and that was my goal for the day. But then I got a little hard on myself when the fishing got a little weird. So, and all of a sudden I was just like, I'm going to go try some new things that I had thought about, and
that was it.
And I told him, this is what we're going to do, and we went and got them.
And you wrapped it up.
I wrapped it up.
Yep.
So
I think it's a wrap.
Yeah.
This is our 2021 closing podcast.
Yeah.
And I hope it gives you some food for thought. You may be cheering, going, yes, yay, someone finally spoke up about what's going on out there. Or maybe you look in the mirror, you might have some work to do. Or you can share this with someone that could use some help and know that, you know what, we all have things to be grateful and appreciative for. And even if you've had a rough time this year, things will get better. And to give some hope and inspiration in that direction too. So anything else, Captain Ryan?
I think that's it. I just appreciate the guys that have stuck with the podcast and listened. And like I said, I've got a lot of new content for this coming year, so that I worked on in the fall. So, I'll be slowly letting that out with some new courses as well.
Yeah.
So, and some other stuff.
That's awesome. How can people connect with you?
So they can email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com is the best way as far as contacting me. And then also to download the app, because that's where you're going to get the most accurate fishing reports. I'll have a fishing report available here probably today or early tomorrow morning for the holidays. So just to let you guys know. So you have to download the app, and that app is available through iTunes and the Google Play Store. Also, too, I have an amazing wind alert system on there. And if you're coming down the Keys and you're looking for an accurate wind, you can download the app and just go to the reef weather, And then you can pull up Alligator Reef, Sombrero Reef. I think I have Carey's Ford on there. I got some Key West spots, some Gull spots, some Patry spots. That Hens and Chickens. You can pull up the reef weather there at Hens and Chickens Reef in Shallow and Hawks Channel. So yeah, just look for some more stuff with the app this year. We've got some great stuff that we're going to be putting out. I think that's it. Oh, you can follow me on the Instagram, Good Karma Sport Fishing _FL _keys. Again, I'm very behind on the fishing reports on there. So the best way to keep up with me is through the podcast and then through the app. So as far as what's happening out there. So that's it.
And you can connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. My website is beyondbasicscoaching.com. And on the home page of my website, I have a lot of freebies as well as Supercharge or Transformation, which is a course that will help you build a more solid foundation so you are energetically aligned with your goals and dreams for the future, as well as a course on medium.com. And I am on medium.com if you're interested in writing, and you can connect with me for private one-on-one coaching as well. So until next time, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Thanks for listening.
Yep, Merry Christmas, and remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good.
Thank you.